Don't forget to follow us on social media for beautiful food and inspiration.
Shakes as the bass creates a space where your past is discarded. A pretty thing like you should never look so blue. Come on, the night's just started. 150 people in this house, but if you follow me, I'll get you the best seats. 150 people in this house.
Hey everybody, welcome to Local Love. We do this show live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Pacific right here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Echoplex Media. I'm your host tonight. I'm producer Dave. You can find me on Grindr. I'm here with the band Steel and Hammers. Before we get started, can you introduce yourself real quick?
Hi, I'm Elise. I play keys.
I'm Anton, and I play drums and cello.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice, very nice. Can I get both of you to pull those mics a little bit closer to your faces?
Yes.
The stands are, you can just manhandle that stand. There you go. Very good, very good. Thank you. So how long has Steel and Hammers been a band?
2015, I think. It would be the year.
That's when we started podcasting.
And we played in San Jose. Was our first show.
Oh, where'd you play?
Arms.
Oh, I love the Brit. Was it the one in downtown or the one like out in the burbs?
No, it was out in the burbs near Cupertino.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was in
Cupertino.
Okay, yeah. I guess there is one in Cupertino. Yeah. How'd that show go?
Sorry.
That place can be like kind of hit and miss if you don't have.
It was packed.
It was packed, really?
Yeah.
I've been there where it's packed, and I've been there when it's not packed. I guess it just depends.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember?
It was like a Saturday or something.
Oh, that could be a big reason. Yeah, the Brit's like one of the only kind of cool places in that part of Silicon Valley. There's not a lot of other cool places. There's a lot of bars, but like not a lot of bars with entertainment there. Do you remember who played with you there?
No. It was kind of Afton. I think might be now defunct because I haven't heard anything from that group. they were reaching out and grabbing a bunch of bands and putting together. That was our first gig. We don't play with them, even if they were not defunct.
Yeah, that was our first gig. We were one of different groups, and yeah, that was the starting point, I guess,
Mhm.
for our performing
As
Steel and
Steel and-
Hammers. Yeah.
We played together for much longer. What would George Hurd Ensemble, when would that have started? Like
What is the George Hurd ensemble?
2010?
2009.
2009. Yeah. George Hurd Ensemble is classical meets electronic. We
Yeah,
have
it's-
like a chamber ensemble, but George Hurd is the composer, and he does a lot of electronic in the background.
Yeah, it's basically an electroacoustic ensemble. So it's George's music running on a laptop, and then the instrumentation mostly is bass, piano, violin, viola, and cello. And that's actually how we met first.
Very cool. Very
So,
cool.
Yeah, shout out to George Hurd.
I've been to a few sort of events like that. I was at something at was it Craneway up in the East Bay, where there was, I forget what DJ it was, but there was a whole orchestra with them. It was somebody huge, like Oakenfold or Paul Van Dyke or somebody
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
And it was amazing. It was the
Nice.
first time I'd ever like sat down to listen to trance music. It was super
Huh.
cool. I was, people weren't really dancing so much at that event. It was very different. That's cool. Were you in any other ensemble groups or similar or dissimilar bands prior to that?
Well, I think so. Then we kind of formed a classical trio, a proper classical trio with a violinist friend of ours. We were playing Shostakovich, piano trio, Mendelssohn, Brahms. And that was kind of the source of Anton getting on drums, was I had asked him to play cello for that lovely Etta James tune At Last at the gig. And that's when he piped up and told me he played drums. I don't think I had known that prior.
starting to
That-
play drums.
Yeah.
Starting to play
In
drums.
a certain way. Starting to play drum set at least.
So we have kind of a joke in San Jose that there's only 3 drummers. So don't tell anybody that you play the drums, because there's just no drummers in San Jose.
Okay. How did that
And they
happen?
want that state to remain. No
Well-
drummers.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if the San Jose scene could use a few more drummers, but I think it's just that not a lot of people can afford a house, and you can't really practice drums in an apartment very
Well, no.
effectively.
That's true.
True that. True that.
So your musical background prior to that, were you in choir in school? Were you in band? Like when did you first start doing music? Do you remember?
Definitely
like
band kid. Well, I started playing piano when I was 5. My brother and sister were older than me, and I was desperate to start piano lessons. And finally, the teacher let me. Lolly Dunbar.
starting at 5 is amazing. Like most people at 5 don't have like any discipline whatsoever.
I don't think, the lessons weren't about discipline. It was really, movie soundtracks and just for fun. Lolly had a lot of stories. She gave me cookie sandwiches right before the lesson, and then you left with a candy. And if you got 10 songs, you got to pick out a candy bar. It was just all sugar bribing. But I did love piano. I always loved it.
This is the first time I'm hearing this, by the way.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
where did you start with music?
Public school. Started in middle school. I actually wanted to play the saxophone first, and I was put into the beginning strings class, and the cello was the closest thing to me that resembled the saxophone. And I was thinking about playing bass, but it was just too big, and I didn't like the violin, so I went along with the cello. And then, similar to Elise, we went to college and studied music, got our master's degrees in music. So I went the very traditional route. At least went to a conservatory, right?
School of the Arts,
School of the
Yeah.
Arts. Yeah.
Ooh, which one?
North Carolina.
Unfamiliar, but I'm.
Yeah.
Did you in music school? What do you think was the primary thing that you took away from music school that had you maybe skipped it and gone gone to do music without it, like what do you think you took away from music school that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise?
No, I think I wish I'd gone to a music high school. I think what you get from that is so much exposure to the rep. Like you can't learn everything, but if you're watching your peers play all the other sonatas, you get a really good feel for Beethoven sonatas. Yeah, I mean, support, plenty of performance opportunities, and yeah, you just get to be in the reality of it, and you get to be around a bunch of other musicians.
That is cool. That is cool. And same question for you. What do you think you maybe took away from music school that you wouldn't have gotten had you gone to, I don't know, done a liberal arts degree somewhere and also done music while you were in school?
Right. I sort of did that actually.
Oh,
My
good.
undergrad is like a weird combo degree of Asian American studies and music, and then for my master's I did music completely. But music school, my undergrad, Cal State Long Beach, was pretty solid, and I would say overall for both schools, it's just the biggest thing is just seeing what's possible, and then seeing what's available. For example, in undergrad, I played in a steel drum band, and I heard about it while I was in high school. I didn't really know anything about steel drums, and then suddenly I going to Cal State Long Beach, and there's a steel drum ensemble, like actual steel drums from Trinidad and Tobago. So that opened up a huge avenue of music for me that I didn't really know existed prior. So, and I think university life, music school is good for that.
Yeah, steel drums have always sounded like really cool. I've only like my experience with steel drums has generally been basically somebody busking on a fairly small steel drum. Probably heard steel drum ensembles like recorded, but never live. I just imagine that being in either an open air place or like a closed auditorium and having those steel drums playing through like amplification and it's
Pretty fantastic.
unreal. Just the tones, they're amazing. They sound, there's just something so unique about steel drums, and they're not a lot of instruments that can kind of stand on their own like somebody with a steel drum can. It's just harder, if somebody's just playing the guitar or whatever. Guitars are great, but that steel drum, it's just so powerful in the way that it can
How
sound.
many people are in the ensemble when you're playing in Trinidad?
Well, yeah, I did a trip to Trinidad a long time ago, and some of the bigger bands there have about 100 people.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And they there's 5 different parts or something.
Usually for these bands, they play like a theme and variation tune for a competition called Panorama, and the compositions are like 10 minutes long,
Mm-hmm.
really difficult, and everyone learns the music by ear, by rote. So,
But you have 5 different groups,
like
bass or.
oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. There's a full spectrum of
Well, how many
instruments.
How many parts?
Yeah, there's maybe 6 or 7 different instruments. There's a bass,
Yeah.
multiple bass voices, tenor voices, soprano, alto.
Right.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
I
know.
played steel and hammers, so that doesn't crash.
I mean, that's just thinking of 100 steel drums. I'm just wondering how the walls of the place don't fall down.
Yeah.
Like just the absolute
Well,
sonic
it is
power.
kind of an outdoor thing.
It's outdoors, yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
they were worried about that too, apparently.
Yeah, but it's still
It's
amazingly
like a
loud.
parade, right? Don't you have Did you tell me this? There's a truck that you.
Yeah, that's
ride
that's
on.
for carnival.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But for the competition, the bands are, the bigger bands are 100 members strong.
And they walk, or is it just they stand and perform
Well,
in one place?
Yeah, the instruments are on these large racks that get moved by a truck, and then when the racks show up at this area where the concert is played, your followers push the rack that you're on. It's very Roman legionnaire or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
That is super cool. I couldn't imagine just DJing and having people pushing a cart that I'm on. I would
And
like
you,
it. I would like it to be
walking.
pretty good for my ego, but
Yeah.
And you have to keep pace with them, and so you're walking and playing the drums at the same time,
Well,
kind of shuffling.
I was on a rack, so it's people were pushing me.
yeah, that's what I'm talking
we're
about.
standing on it.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I need
Yeah.
that. I need that. I need that in my life. That's super cool. Well, I want to get to some of the music that you sent us. If it's okay with you, I was going to play Moon first. Unless
That sounds good. Yeah,
Mm.
that's a good place. To
Is there
start.
anything you want to tell us about this song before we play it, or maybe should we rock this jam and talk about it after it's over?
Yeah, let's talk about it afterwards.
Very cool. Very cool. This is Steel and Hammers. You're on Local Love, and we'll be back in like 4 minutes.
Shining in the moonlight, basking in the night, taking in the silver, giving up the fight, letting in the starlight, sinking in the sight, spinning in the galaxy, reeling in the flight. You'll be the moon and I'll be the sea. Laws of attraction and with gravity I feel your pull in my fingers and toes. My blood it overflows. Do you even know I dance in the light you cast? The tendrils of my skin glisten in the night, governed by space and time. I flow from time to time. Out here floating free, tethered to no one, no thing, alone together in the multiverse. Time to just hold each other close. What is a planet? What is a star? Gravity and physics won't get you very far. You and me floating free. What will we say, she and he? You'll be the moon and I'll be the sea, bound together for all our history.
That was Steel and Hammers, Moon, and I got to tell you, I don't listen to the music before the bands come on because I just want to be surprised, and that was very good.
Thank you.
We're almost always pleasantly surprised. We've never had any real stinkers like send us music. Actually, I think if you're confident enough to send somebody your music, you're far enough down whatever road you're going that it's gonna sound pretty good. That was great. That was great.
That's our big hit.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Well, we're
Been
playing the hits
that
first.
one for, I don't know, 3 years. That is not a new tune, but it's kind of reaches back. I think I must have started writing that song in like before 2015, let's say. And then I probably didn't finish it until when were we working with Squatta? Like a lot. We were doing 2016, 2017. So I'm a slow songwriter. The gist of the story.
When we've talked to people about their songwriting process, we get a lot of what you're saying, and then sometimes people who have said that about another song, they're like, no, but this other one I wrote in a night. It just came to me like out of the universe or whatever and put itself into my head, and I just had the song.
Well, I think part of it is just saying like, and now I'm going to finish the song, right? You start them and like they come in a nice flash, but you don't finish it because it's just hard to get back to it. And then once you decide and you sit down and give yourself, and you say, I'm just going to do it for 15 minutes, then it usually happens pretty fast. But it's like sitting down for those 15 minutes is the part that takes a while.
So I did a dumb host thing at the beginning, and I didn't ask where people should look for you, like on the internet, where to find your music and those kinds of things.
Right. Our website is probably the best place to just get everything. But we post on Instagram pretty often. I like to post music there, videos.
And that's Steel and Hammers.
Yeah.
Steel
Mhm.
like the
like Guns N' Roses.
yeah. Steel like the metal, not like the crime.
Correct. These are the guts of the
Absolutely.
piano. Steel, strings, felt hammers.
And Drake in the chat asked what's the website. That's steelandhammers.com.
Yes.
Steel like the metal, not like the crime.
What?
So are you the primary songwriter?
Yes. And but we collaborate like a lot. For instance, that song, I did not know what direction the drums were going to go in. That was all you.
That's one of the hardest songs to play drums on because it has a lot of odd meter, multiple meter, interesting rhythm changes. I remember woodshedding that tune a lot.
Yeah, you wrote yourself a hard part.
Well, you wrote yourself a hard part too. That's why. Yeah, but it's also one of my favorite songs to play. Yeah. Also, I try to develop most of my cello parts. And of course, my awesome partner here has written some cello parts too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elise is definitely the main songwriter.
Yeah, it's more of like I write my part and then I say, you try something here.
Yeah.
Try something with me.
Right. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. And we gotta flesh it out from there. But like Moon, when I first brought it in, was just the intro, right? And then we would just jam on the second part, and eventually it got finished.
One thing that happens is Elise likes to take these like trips by herself.
Specifically that one.
Either like for a weekend or even for longer periods of time. I think recently a lot of those trips have been ski related, and she's going on one very soon. So I'm excited because usually that means the germ of a song will be happening.
Yes. The
Like-
lyrics. That's the first hurdle.
I like
Write
the
the
idea that you called it like the germ of a song. That's kind of a neat way to talk about it because germs are tiny, and if you're unlucky, they get big. But in your case, if you're lucky, it gets big.
Yeah, right. That's why I
Fully
said germ.
grown
Yeah.
Germ.
It starts small, but then woo multiplies.
That's cool. So Chip always asks this really cool question, and I think it's like a great question, and it's to both of you. If somebody gave you 10 grand that you could only spend on the Steel and Hammers project, where would that 10 grand go right now? You just have to spend all of it.
Mm-mm.
You first.
Okay. Well, we definitely need to book some studio time in the near future because there's quite a few songs that don't have a studio recording. We have like a lot of video of us playing these songs. But yeah, a proper studio album would be really nice. Mixing and mastering. I think there goes your $10,000, right? It's already spent, right?
Probably. And on your on that note, on your recordings, are you guys? Is this do-it-yourself recordings, or are you?
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And same question to you: $10,000 for you for Steel and Hammers.
I would say, to piggyback on Elise, that, and then at least have the discussion of maybe considering a booking agent.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, a booking agent.
Yeah.
Do you? So I imagine you both do something during the day. So do you find that booking is difficult? Do you find that it's not that it's difficult to like get gigs or whatever, but the networking part, the part where you have to do the legwork, do you find that that's difficult and sometimes annoying and frustrating?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get into music to sit on my computer and email people all day, right? That's not my favorite part of any job.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's a grind. That's kind of goes back to the whole music school thing. They don't tell you like, oh, by the way, in the real music world, you're gonna have to do a good job of networking, however that may be.
Mm.
And
The gigs won't just all come to you. They won't just all find you.
Going to strangers cold about anything can be difficult, even if you're an outgoing person. It's almost like going up to a stranger at a bar and talking to them, really, if you're like reaching out to in fact, they are a stranger who owns a bar, maybe. And then that's even a little more, the stakes are a little higher. Maybe it's not just about, can I buy you a drink? It's like, can I maybe attempt to get people to buy drinks here so that I can come back later?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I feel like it's gotten a little easier. It's not as like a mystery to me doing that sort of thing. And that's just from a lot of trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Where are you based out of? Are you here in the South Bay or the East Bay, or?
I'm in the city, San Francisco.
Oh, you came all the way down here from the city?
I did.
Yeah.
I'm in Redwood City.
Not far.
As far yet.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we used to call it Deadwood City because nothing was going on there. It seems like they're doing a little bit better now, though. Redwood seems to be doing a little better. There's a couple spots where bands are playing, and
I would say it's no longer Deadwood City. It's something else. I don't know what I would call it, but it's certainly not the Deadwood City that I heard from the past.
And you're in the city, which is not a Deadwood City. There's so much going on in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, like people were so worried about the pandemic, like taking cities out, and I never see an empty street in the city. It's still hard to park anywhere you go. Yeah, no, places are full.
Well,
nice.
That's good. San Jose got hit so hard. The entertainment got hit. First of all, we didn't have a lot to work with here before. We try not to lean too much on this because we're out of San Jose and we're trying to support the music scene, but there's no churn of like younger artists coming up here. Mm-hmm. Like it's all the same bands. And in a place like San Francisco, you might go to a show and their drummer has to like come in the back door and then leave out the back door because the drummer's 19, right? And we don't have that here. It's unless we're just not tapped into it because we're old, like ourselves.
Or those 19-year-olds are going up to the city.
Or
right?
More and more of those 19-year-olds are probably sitting in front of a DAW, like in front of a digital audio workstation or in front of like a DJ equipment or whatever, because one of my pet theories is that coffee shop culture dying out sort of killed the music scene in smaller music scenes because the young people don't go meet at the coffee shop anymore because they can't go to the bar yet. So people used to go meet at the local coffee shop, and now the coffee shop is just people coding, right? They're just like, I don't want to go to the office today. No,
they should have music in coffee shops again.
They do. But I was thinking more the socialization. I remember when I was young, everybody was hanging out at not Starbucks, but like the independent coffee shop owned by, whoever.
Right.
People would kind of gather there and, sneak behind the coffee shop to smoke weed or whatever it was. But it was like building community. And then some of those people started joining bands. And then all the people that were hanging out at the coffee shop, once they got to be 21, were going to those band shows. Or maybe one of the people at the coffee shop was like, wait, there's 700 people that I know. I'm throwing a rave. That's a whole different thing, but you're still building up community through music. And I think that everything from like parents being afraid of like letting their kids go out and do stuff to maybe coffee shops not wanting kids there because kids don't spend money. I just feel like a lot of like youth culture kind of died in places like San Jose and like other places that are like San Jose. I'd say like Walnut Creek, sort of up there in the Northeast Bay, where there's kind of nothing to do except for a couple places, but there's no churn there either.
Yeah.
And so, you know, here in San Jose, we're not stuck with them. The bands are great, but everybody's getting older and it doesn't seem like anybody's coming in and taking the place of like when bands fall off, because, you know, people fall off. They just,
Sure.
you know,
I think we have some questions from Drake.
Yeah,
2112.
you're very good at Twitch.
Undeadwood City. Nice.
Yeah.
Drake was like, what advice would you give to musicians when it comes to marketing themselves? Or,
What are the mistakes?
yeah. I can tell you one mistake is coming off thirsty.
Coming.
Like coming off like desperate
Oh.
is a huge mistake.
Huh.
But otherwise I don't know how to market music. We used to throw raves and the marketing was like, there's going to be ecstasy there. Like,
Oh, God.
like, I mean, that was and the music is great too. Like electronic music is wonderful. Dance music has always been like a thing, especially like as a gay man, and queer culture has always been like
Yeah.
dance music. But maybe the question
So I
was
didn't
for you.
mishear
and-
you with the grinder. I was like, I think he just said grinder.
Yeah, you can find me on Grindr if you're local. I said that once, and one of my co-hosts like was laughing for 5 minutes, and I was like, keep that. But the question probably wasn't for me. It was probably for the two of you. So if you guys have an answer to that question,
Mind if I go?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if there's any magic formula, and this is going to sound a little prosaic or basic, but of course, I would say use obviously what's available and what other people are using, and be very persistent.
Mhm.
Like, be doggedly persistent. Because it's tough. Like, you have to keep bad joke coming. You got to keep grinding. So
Well, and yeah, no, you got to look at the comment recently.
sandwich.
Elise, what do you think?
Well, for someone right now, like one of the next things we need to do, which is so sad, is go on Spotify. That is the only way people are listening to music now. I mean, I'm on Apple Music. I mean, I listen to music through Apple Music right now. And I certainly hope that's not the permanent state of music
Yeah.
for the future. But that's the first question everybody asks me. What's your whatever handle on Spotify? Right?
I try to get people hip to Bandcamp, and I think, when we make
Yeah.
that studio album, we are going to create a Bandcamp.
For sure.
When
Yeah.
we
Page.
ask artists their favorite place to send people, they all say Bandcamp.
Yeah,
Because
Bandcamp's
Yeah.
great.
No,
Because of-
Bandcamp
They
gives you money.
well, yeah, you buy the song and the split is pretty good. In
Yeah.
fact, on Bandcamp Friday, there's no split. You
Mhm.
just
Right.
get. I think there's a minor processing fee to like send you the money to PayPal or whatever it is, but
Mhm.
other than that, they don't take the money. It's real rough. Spotify, they're not only kind of messing up things for artists, like music artists, they're sort of screwing up podcasting too in a lot of ways.
Mm.
We don't care so much because the community around like the live streams has been like where we get a lot of our financial support. And one of our podcasts is so big that it kind of doesn't matter that we make money on it anyway. But having to rely on Spotify, like it's just such a crappy place to put your content. If you're like I'm not trying to get rich, but my God,
Yeah.
I don't want to make $4 off of 100,000 plays.
Well, yeah, or
like
400,000 plays, right?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
get pennies in return.
we have a song by Lex,
Yeah.
Lex, the Lexicon artist. She was out of Oakland. She moved to New York, but we kept her music in our library because she the shit. But she was like, I can barely make $1 off my Spotify stream is one of the lines in her
Oh, in the song.
in the song. And then she's like, but tech can blow $1 million on a juice machine. And it's really sad to kind of see it would almost be better if we were in the world where it was like you either go buy the CD or you just go download it for free on Napster and pirate it, right? I think that was a better world for artists.
And that wasn't great either. I mean, that still was
Yeah, you
unfair.
had this huge gate to get through, which was making a CD in
Right.
the first place would have been so ridiculously expensive then. And so, yeah, you kind of had to take the good with the bad.
The other thing, and it was probably just my own stupidity. It took us a while to get on Spotify. Like their onboarding process, and it might be completely different for musicians,
Yeah.
but their onboarding process for podcasting was like kind of obtuse. It was like some of the stuff was obfuscated. They're like, here, submit the feed. Then they're like, your feed doesn't meet our requirements. And I'm like, well, where's the list of requirements? And
Okay.
I don't know if that's been the same thing for musicians. I don't know how it works.
No, I think it's kind of a pay to play situation for the musicians. You have to go through CD Baby, pretty sure.
We've had problems with CD Baby too. We've had CD Baby file copyright claims on songs we played of the artists that we were interviewing.
Ha!
The artist was like in our last studio, a little tiny studio. And
So their lawyers came after you.
well,
for
they
that?
the lawyer. It's like automated, right?
Oh,
But there's
okay.
no way to like. I emailed them. Like I was trying to like with CD Baby. I was like, oh, is there a real person there? I'm like, hey, here's what we're doing. All the music has been submitted to us. Please email the band. They're on your service. Ask them if they, and they're like, oh, we're trying to monetize for the band. And I'm like, taking down my YouTube video doesn't monetize anyone.
Yeah.
But Bandcamp doesn't do stuff like that either, though. Going back to Bandcamp being like a really good place for artists is they don't pull any of that crap.
Right.
No, it's it's like not the last bastion, but it's a good place for musicians, and you'll find many, like a wide variety of musicians / artists that use Bandcamp, from I guess independent artists like ourselves, or even other musicians that are signed to like relatively healthy like labels. So it's
Somebody in chat's like that one time at Bandcamp. I feel like they could do a marketing that one time on Bandcamp. It'd be like a pretty funny marketing.
yeah.
Where bands are like that one time on Bandcamp where people bought 100 of our songs in a day on Bandcamp Friday.
Yeah.
So let's rock another one of your songs. I was gonna go with Hold because Squatta B sounds familiar. Who's Squatta B?
He is one half of the duo Main Attractions, which we were really, really lucky to work with him. And we recorded 3 songs in the studio. So this one actually was recorded in a studio. It's just never been mixed and mastered or any of that jazz.
Shout out to Squatta.
Yeah. I'm going to see him tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to.
This is Hold by Steel and Hammers featuring Squatta B, and we'll be back in a minute, and then we're going to attempt to do a live performance by
All right.
Steel and Hammers
Yeah.
in the chat. Not right after this song. We're going to talk some more. I'm going to pour another drink, and I don't know, maybe I'll acquire a cat. Maybe I'll like beg a cat to come out and cuddle with you guys. We'll be right back. This is Local Love, everybody.
I don't like you, but I love you. Seems like I'm always
it slow. Time will unfold where we stay, where we go. Learning the ins and the outs, what living's about. With a connection deeper than we know. Time is inverted, with you time is worth it. Cause you got a purpose and you worth it. Like a drug, I can't breathe without you besides me. Everything's perfect when I had these things. Hands being held and transpire smell. My heart in a clutch and I cannot rebel. Shot to the sky when I'm lost in your eyes. Cause you got a hold and I'm loving it, Joe. With a connection deeper than you know. Time is inverted, with you time is worth it. Cause you got a purpose and you worth it. Like a drug, I can't breathe without you besides me. Everything's perfect when I had these things. Hands being held and transpire smell. My heart in a clutch and I cannot rebel. I'm shot to the sky when I'm lost in your eyes. Cause you got a hold and I'm loving it.
All right, we have a Star Wipe, and that was Steel and Hammers featuring Squatta B. That was Hold. That was very cool. It was very cool. I heard a couple tempo changes in that song, which is
That's right.
we get
Meter
a lot
changes as well.
We get a lot of punk bands in here where there may or may not even be like a consistent tempo, much less any attempt at a tempo change. But I love that shit anyway. But it's like it's very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to probably play one more of your songs, and then we're going to attempt a live performance here. And by attempt, the limitation will be my ability as a live performance producer, not your ability as musicians.
Well, thank you.
Although we've done pretty well, all things considered. Sweet Highest sounded so good.
Yeah.
I think we got lucky, though, because they're fucking... Nahal is magic. You're probably magic, too. So you were kind of talking about, you were actually talking about a studio off mic. What studio? You're going to a studio tomorrow. I heard that someone very important had recorded at this studio.
Oh, okay. Well, originally, Hold was recorded 2017, 2018, something like that.
Yeah, at Different Fur Studios in the Mission.
Mm-hmm.
Where, yeah. So, when you have the opportunity to go to a studio, of course, the place will show who's been there, and that's always a treat for me. So I remember walking around, and I was like, oh, Toro y Moi recorded one of his albums here that I really love. And then, Herbie Hancock recorded Headhunters here.
That's somebody I know about, and I'm probably not even into the kind of, I don't even know what kind of music Herbie Hancock is, but I know that that's a very famous and influential person.
Yeah, definitely.
For like many different genres of music.
Yeah, and I think the story that I read is that he was trying to figure out which studio to record at, and Different Fur had the equipment that he needed for Headhunters, and that's why he chose that particular studio.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So.
It's nice. It was great. It was a great day.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun session. I remember that pretty well.
I also liked, was it London Bridge? That's what it was called up in Seattle?
Right. So
London Bridge.
we're gonna shout out another group that we played in called Redwood Tango Ensemble. Shout out to another Charlie.
Tango?
Yes.
Like tango music?
Yeah.
Charles Gorzinski.
God, I love that shit. Like I spin dance music, so like tango and merengue and like all like the influence from South American music from Mexico, music from Central America
Yeah.
is like all over what I'm playing.
Nice.
Like,
Right.
and it's tango. Oh my God, we
Yeah.
should all go to a tango event.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how
yeah,
to tango.
We'll
It'd be
probably
pretty funny.
be playing there.
Yeah, we're playing one. Yeah.
The people who watch this channel would love a video of me learning how to tango. They'd be like,
It's rather complicated as a dance form and a music form.
Yeah. Equally.
in the chat, they're like, seriously, Dave, you don't know Herbie Hancock? Sorry, everybody. Sorry, everybody. I went from Kurt Cobain to being a trance DJ. I just
Yeah.
I'm like basic. Is that what it is? Basic.
Nah.
Well, I'm not saying you are, but that's the word, baby.
Going back to London Bridge Studio, where we recorded an album with a tango ensemble we were in, a recording specifically our friend's music, is the composer of the group. It was up in Seattle, and you'll dig this. So London Bridge Studios is where a lot of the
Pearl
grunge
Jam.
bands of the early 90s recorded their stuff. So I think Pearl Jam's 10 was recorded there. Some Alice in Chains albums were recorded there.
Yeah.
What's that band that you like with the foxes?
Fleet Foxes.
Was also they
Oh,
also
who's
recorded
Who's
there.
that producer? The fucking producer who produced all of that music. I forget his name. Was he out of that studio? Like, there's a guy who was the producer credit on like every big grunge album, and his name is escaping me right now.
Mm,
Yeah.
Oh, was Temple of the Dog? Did they record Temple of the Dog there?
Maybe.
maybe. Drake is suggesting that.
No, the people who are in this chat are of our age cohort. Twitch is a young age cohort. We're like, we're going to come here and reach the youths. No, all the angry Gen Xers just hang out in our channel, actually.
Yes. Speaking of which, one of the people in our band she at the time she was in her late 20s, and then another violinist in the group who's in his early 30s. I was looking at the albums and like, check those records out,
Yeah.
friends, and they're like,
Huh?
What's
Yeah.
a record?
what? What are these bands? And I was like, oh man,
I thought they were going to ask what a record was.
youngins. That's okay.
So
okay.
before we switch on over and do a live set, what's the coolest venue you've ever played at? Where would you like to go back to play again?
As us?
As
or
us?
any
Yeah.
venue that
Yeah.
I've ever played
We'll,
at any point.
we'll start with as the two of you, and then we'll expand it out to other projects you've been
Where
in.
would we want to go back?
Where would we gonna go back to?
Well, we played at Amato's on
Yeah,
Valencia.
I would like to go back there.
And, it's not a big room, but it's definitely a really great vibe. And we just went and saw one of our heroes play there as well.
Larilyn.
Lara Lynn.
Oh yeah.
Check her out from Nashville. Yeah, so if you don't know Amato's on Valencia and you're ever in the city, you should go check it out. They have music in the basement and music in the top as well.
Yeah. I would like to play there, and then I think this is impossible, but one situation that would be amazing to recreate is the gig that we played with Squatta in Oakland through Afton, where I was so pissed off because the Afton group, well, they were kind of tough to deal with, but it ended up being one of the most fun gigs I've ever played. It was great. So to have that experience again somehow,
When we were just
in the future.
Yeah, no, they shifted us to like a funky entryway for some reason.
Yeah, and there were all these bands that were gonna play, and some left because they were so angry. But we ended up staying, and we played for the other bands essentially, and it was awesome because we got feedback from other musicians, and that's always to me such a huge compliment when someone who plays music thinks that what I'm doing or what we're doing is working for them. Like, it makes them happy. That's a
Well,
huge
we also
compliment.
had the star power of Squatta, who
Yeah.
knows how to manage a crowd.
Yeah,
And we'd played like 2 songs first without him. And we knew, obviously, that he was going to come join us. But the audience had no idea we were going to have this guest rapper. And he just kind of waltzes up to the mic and everybody's, what's going on?
with the
And then he just,
skateboard,
like,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he skated
Did
up.
he skate in?
Yeah. I think he like rolled
why
up on a
wouldn't you
skateboard.
skate in?
Yeah, that was dope.
Cool. So maybe we'll broaden it out and not ask like for other acts you've been, where would you love to play? Like where, and we'll leave off like the Oakland Coliseum or whatever. Let's like leave off the big arenas, but like where are the kind of, and we'll keep it in the Bay Area. Where are like the famous music places in the Bay Area where the two of you would love to play?
You know more venues in San Francisco than me.
Well, I mean,
It doesn't have to be in San
wouldn't
Francisco.
it be great to play the Independent one day?
There you go. I was a place like that.
Yeah, we'd love to play the Independent. I mean, if the Fillmore called, we'd play the Fillmore.
Right, exactly.
The Fillmore's right on the cusp of like too big for the question, but yeah, the Fillmore's a cool place.
I also want to say something too, that a big part of our identity as a group is playing music for not just for shows, but also for people who are eating and drinking. We take part of our inspiration from this duo called Marty and Elaine, and they played at this great place in Los Angeles called the Dresden. So we definitely have a little bit of the cocktail lounge lizard blood in our system, and
That's cool.
we love playing events in places like that where people are listening, but they're also having a good time and imbibing their cocktails or whatnot. Those are
Dinner
good
and a show.
experiences.
Well, speaking of like community, like my short-term idea is just to get a nice monthly residency at a place like Amato's, or something of that vein, and just have a nice rotating cast of musicians, guesting,
guest collaborators.
yeah, and just to know like, oh, third Thursday, there's gonna be music, and have whatever your community is. Hopefully 150 people big. Of course, they can't all be there every show, but then they bring some friends. That's short term.
Yeah. One of our goals.
Like I come from a different scene. I haven't like been playing out regularly in a long time, but the last time I had a residency, it was pretty cool. My last residency was at Big Heart City in San Francisco. I don't know if you remember that spot. Maybe. And if you've moved here from elsewhere, it was a long time ago. But it was great until it wasn't. And the reason it became not great was because it became routine. And I that, and it might just be that now that I'm 45, that routine would be great, because Big Heart City, it held 700, 1,000 people, maybe 1,200 people if the fire marshal didn't show up, right?
Wow.
And we'd have it about 2/3 of the way packed every first Friday.
Nice.
But it became routine. And maybe it's just that I was like 27 or 28 when that was happening, and it wasn't good, because I feel like if I went to a place where there were 600 people watching me play every first Friday now, oh my God, I'd be so happy.
Okay,
you're giving me money for
but
this?
like 5 years of that, I don't know. Maybe it's not
but
sustainable.
It was about 2 years when I started to like. It wasn't just that I was having a problem like with it being routine, but I was having a problem booking, because they're like, "Oh, you want me to play at this thing again?" They're like, "Let me know when you're doing something new or interesting," and I was like, "You know what? Fuck you." And then I burned a lot of bridges actually, because I was younger and I wasn't like, my ego was like, "Well, you know what? Fuck you."
No.
So like a residency is actually really hard, but I think that the thing about a residency is I feel like a residency is for someone experienced, someone who's willing to deal with the bullshit of a residency. And I think that basically you shouldn't give a residency to anybody under 30.
Well, we're good in that department.
Yeah.
That's the kind of ageism people come here for.
We're good in that department.
So we'll go with one more weird, sort of nonsensical question before we let you guys play. I'll try to find a cat too that'll come in and hang out while you guys play. Is there a city somewhere in the world that you would like to play?
If we're gonna go outside of the U.S.,
Oh, please do.
I don't know. Maybe one of my other inspirations is Nina Simone, so it'd be kind of nice to take our music to Paris. I think that would be a good sister city for us.
Yeah, great choice. This may or may not be a good choice, but the first city that came to mind was Istanbul.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
There's a huge dance music scene out in Istanbul. And for me, like the only city I've played outside of the U.S. was I played at a show in Barcelona. That was pretty cool. But
That'd be my second choice.
Barcelona is off the hook.
Second choice.
Do not send me to Barcelona with money.
Yeah.
Just do not do that. Barcelona with money is a bad thing. But then I want to play in Tel Aviv.
I was just thinking about that, actually.
Like there's a whole other set of fucking problems that we talk about maybe on our other shows about that. But man, I've just seen video of like the clubs and stuff in Tel Aviv. Everybody seems to be having a great time.
You're kind of living on the edge of existence. I don't know about Tel Aviv. I don't know that much about it, but like because there is so much like violence around you, right?
There's strife. There's certainly political upheaval there, but I'm just saying the nightlife there seems like it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for kind of rolling with the punches as things happen this evening.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, happy to be here.
And we're not done,
much.
everybody. We're not done, everybody. We're gonna get a performance from this band. This is the first time we've had drums other than a bongo. So we're gonna see how this goes. I just pointed a mic kind of generally down at the drums, so we'll see how this goes. This should be a lot of fun. I'm real glad that both of you came here. And I'm like kind of disappointed in my co-hosts for not being here because y'all are super nice. y'all seem like nice people, and I feel like my co-hosts would have liked to have met you too. Although if Ashley went to sleep after getting up at 6 a.m. for work, I ain't that mad about that. So we're gonna play our last song by Steel and Hammers. This is Last Night, and you might hear another song by another act. We're making sure everything's set up here. But we've got a live performance by Steel and Hammers coming in just a moment. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Find Steel and Hammers at steelandhammers.com.
Okay.
Last night we drove a long while till we found our store.
Mic check. Good evening. Welcome to Purgatory. Before y'all get sent to hell, let me tell y'all this little story. This big-headed kid who y'all sit with in the mountain, nothing's got the whole crowd vibing to the shit that he bumping. And I do this shit myself, but saying it on one track is enough. I've been scheming this come up since I was living in the cuts. I'll leave you all dead. I should be called ultra supersonic, 10 times plus atomic, make you vomit, strong enough to kick a comet warhead. Oh shit, I forgot my lines. Oh yeah, I'm breaking necks like a bad bitch passing by. And fuck community college, it's too easy. I don't have to try. I made beats all day and I passed with the 3.5. And everyone was mad. Study harder. What you mad for? If I would have taken music, I would have beat y'all with the banjo. So fuck it up. Here I go, thinking that I'm cool again. Y'all about to get trampled. It's the running of the bulls again. I've been on my grind like yo, it don't stop. No, it don't stop. I've been on my time, but yo, when it's my time, I bet I won't fly. I've been on my grind like yo, it don't stop. No, it don't stop. I've been on my time, but yo, when it's my time, and I bet I won't fly. I'm cursed with knowledge, cursed with debt, cursed with college, cursed with honor, cursed with only having a couple dollars, cursed with sadness, cursed with madness, cursed with no filter, so the things I say are quite savage. I'm damaged, yeah. Blessed with a small circle, I die for you. Fan of those who with me, this the shit I'm vibing to. Yeah, blessed that I'm lightweight, getting recognized. I remember the idea of a live show had me terrified. Get the fuck out of my face. Hit you with the pop hard like Bartholomew Kuma. And I don't trust y'all, I'm not a dumb fuck like Moctezuma. Cortez would've landed on me, I would've released the Cougars, yeah. I gave my 2 cents in each album, this my 6th sense. Pierce through the noise, I see dead people's 6th sense. And I ain't shit y'all, but I demand the respect. Artist and technician, y'all ain't even one threat. What's up? I've been on my grind like yo, it don't stop. No, it don't stop. I've been on my time, but yo, when it's my time, I bet I won't fly. I've been on my grind like yo, it don't stop. No, it don't stop. I've been on my time, but yo, when it's my time, and I bet I won't fly. I've been on my grind like yo, it don't stop. No, it don't stop. I've been on my time, but yo, when it's my time, I bet I won't fly. I've been on my grind like yo, it don't stop. No, it don't stop. I've been on my time, but yo, when it's my time, and I bet I won't fly.
Should we just start playing?
This is Steel and Hammers live on Local Love.
Sitting here, staring at the sky, waiting for this edible to take effect. It's been a couple years, so forgive me, but when will I know I'm high? Listening to some sweet jams, I can watch the palm trees in the breeze all night. Thank goodness for portable speakers, but when will I know I'm high? Sitting here looking at these city lights. Am I acting a little high? you're in a postcard. Time moves slow, time moves fast. It just don't last. Sitting here looking at these city lights. Yeah, I think I got pretty high. Why do I forget to listen to music? You can be the show all the time. You can be the show all the time. You can be the show all the time.
Nice. Yep, keep going. We got some more stuff. That one, if you didn't catch, was a little bit about edibles, the marijuana brand, and how nice they can be.
You had 3 of them before you said it.
Then the song would have been really interesting.
Very slow.
Yeah.
Mainly slow. Let's see. We could do kind of.
Short story?
Oh, yeah, we should do short story. That's a good idea. Short story. It's code for something else. That was small. Generally. We can start. Let me tell you a story, and it won't even be half. But if half an average man is what you'd expect, expect far less. We can start where boy meets girl. You could say they came from opposite ends of the world. She thought not much, but he's got a little something going on. And just 'cause the fire burn low don't mean it don't keep you warm. She thought it could be nice if she were old, but they were both hiding things. These things aren't hard to know. Oh, San Francisco, you got your sunny beach, your foggy shores, but still you can't help but hope for more. Story had a middle, not long for the end. The boy could play fool, but really she liked his friends. Not long after that, he revealed his secret. And nice girl that she was, she decided to keep it. Now with one foot in, but not the other, she kept her own secret undercover. Oh, San Francisco, you got your sunny beach, your foggy shores, but still you can't help but hope for more. Now you can say size is a construct, but the story lacked in all directions. In fact, you could say this story suffered from a general lack of dimension. Oh, San Francisco, you got your sunny beach, your foggy shores, but still you can't help but hope for more. Now, just like size, age is a construct too. The years turn into months, turn into weeks, turn into days. And then this someone looks at you like you've reached your sell-by date. But who is he and what's he got? Not much. Who is he and what's he got? Not much. But the Oh, it's our riff, our New Orleans riff.
Yeah,
We cross a lot of different genres around here.
that we do.
I think we could veer away from our originals and do a cover in our style. What about Faith, right?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. George Michael, one of our favorites.
Make sure I have the right sound on my Nord. Yeah.
Well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body. I know not everybody's got a body like you, but I gotta think twice before I give my heart away. And I know all the games you play, 'cause I played them too. Oh, but I need some time off from that emotion. Time to pick my heart back on the floor. Love comes down without devotion. I need a strong man, baby, but I'm showing you the door. 'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Gotta have a faith, a faith, a faith. I gotta have faith. Baby, I know you're asking me to stay. Say, please, please, please don't go away, 'cause I'm giving you the blues. Baby, you mean every word you say. Can't help but think of yesterday and another who tied me down to the lover boy rules. Before there's a river becomes an ocean, before you put my heart back on the floor. Reconsider that foolish notion. I need someone to hold me, but I'll wait for something more. 'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Faith, faith, faith. I gotta have faith. Before this river becomes an ocean, before you put my heart back on the floor, reconsider that foolish notion. I need someone to hold me, but I'll wait for something more. 'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith.
A little bit different than the original. That's what we try to do when we come around.
It's our spiritual cover.
Spiritual cover?
In the spirit.
In the yes, precisely. Ooh, I do want to play cut and burn. That's too bad. We do have 3 cello tones.
I mean,
Is it worth trying?
we could, yeah, we could try it.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll do some cello tunes. It'll take us a second, like it does in all of our performances. So usually we say we do chamber music in bars, but now we do chamber music on podcasts, I guess. In garages.
So if you're doing the cello instead of the drums, just unplug the mic and plug it into the
that gonna freak out the speaker? Do we need to turn it off? Huh? You don't know?
I think it'll be fine.
It might make a really terrible sound.
Oh,
Let me just turn the speaker off for a second, maybe.
oh, I don't think it'll make a terrible sound.
No?
Unplugging the mic will make a terrible sound. But you can turn off the speaker anyway.
Let's just do this.
The mic's pretty live, so.
Yeah, that mic's quite warm, quite,
Yeah.
Get it closer now.
I'm actually stunned. Chat was like, it sounds great. People were commenting on your voice and how good it is.
Thank you.
I could imagine that.
Always.
Loving to hear that.
Do me a favor, at least. Can you hear me? Thank you. Yep, exactly. Oh yeah, that'll be fine.
Should we start? Right?
Get set up.
You want to tune?
Yeah, two.
Ready?
Yeah, are we live right now?
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
A heart for a heart, a tooth makes a mark. Got and burn, you say, so the end don't break. Charcoal for nerves, and you drain me of my color. I'll not walk again, gunpowder black within. I cast my soul into a silver bullet, babe. Gunmetal for all the strings, let justice make its case. Satisfaction mine to feel traveling through a space faster than the speed of sound, winning your race. A wide open vein, there's nothing left but pain. You wave your flag red, you turn light to lead. Juggle the nerves, and you drain me of my color. No more passe, horns out all the way. I cast my soul into a silver bullet, babe. Gunmetal over its gaze. Satisfaction mine to feel traveling through space faster than the speed of sound, winning your heart's race. Soul into a silver bullet bay. Gunmetal for our lessons, let justice make its case. Satisfaction mine to feel traveling through space faster than the speed of sound, winning your heart's race. I cast my soul into a silver bullet, babe. Gunmetal for our last stands, let justice make its gaze. Satisfaction mine to feel traveling through space faster than the speed of sound, winning your heart's race.
Yes, we mentioned our hero. Oops, I'm still talking. With the effect, how do you like that? Yeah. I've got more options here.
Use the Satan voice.
How does this one work?
Okay. Lyra Lynn. We had mentioned Lyra Lynn earlier, and she is the songwriter of that. What's the album? Was that?
That's off Resistor.
Resistor. That wasn't sure.
Do we have one more with the fucking cello?
Sure.
Thank you.
Dunes.
I'm sorry for insulting your cello.
No, it's okay. It's not insulted. It's used to it.
Oh, there's the cat. This one's not red though.
Oh, that cat will bite you. Be careful.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
We won't look at that one then.
Even though Elise is the songwriter of this tune, I like to say that this is an ode to San Francisco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dunes. It's a great song. Brazilian inspired, right?
Yes. Jorge Ben is a great songwriter from Brazil, 1960s. Check it out. On this sun-soaked day, I might do a nice play behind me, Frisco Bay, but so high do you think it's LA? Like sand, we are tossed and turned by the sea, polishing each other into ever softer, smaller pieces of we. Like sand, we are turned by the sea, polishing each other into ever softer, smaller pieces of a we.
was pretty good, he was very pretty. Gonna be a street summer too. My very lovely ladies, lead me to the land of Wahoo, Wahoo, Wahoo. Like sand we are, turned by the sea, polishing each other into ever softer, smaller pieces of we, of we. Like sand we are turned by the sea, polishing each other into ever softer, smaller pieces of we.
Thank you.
The chat is saying that we're actually holding you back.
We're holding you back.
Are really talented in this. Is holding you back.
It's all about the disco ball.
Oh yeah.
That disco, I should have turned it on at the beginning.
It's all about the disco.
It's all about the disco ball. Everybody should have turned it on in the beginning. Can we get one more song from y'all?
Yeah.
Just one more, and then you can come on the mics and talk, or you can leave and be like, it's a terrible thing that I showed up at this place. Anyway, one more song. Thank you guys so much.
Maybe do you want to try Zuasha?
Yeah, it's another drum song. Let's do it. Zuasha into song? Or just Zuasha?
I don't know. What do you think?
Let's do Zuasha into song.
Okay, we're gonna do a long one.
Yeah, folks, get comfy. This is like a mashup.
I hope people have seen Babylon Berlin on Netflix, and I grabbed this song from them. It's set in like Weimar, Germany, so it's real cabaret inspired. I had to learn it on the piano and sing it. Unfortunately, I don't sing it in the original German. But I had to translate it myself.
One second. Just want to make sure that
Get knocked over.
securely put away, considering past incidents I've had.
Your chair,
Yeah,
maybe.
standing up and playing.
Whatever. You ever try to standing desk?
No, actually, I haven't. Standing drum desk.
The disco ball's on now. The pressure's on.
Yeah.
I thrive.
To find the right note.
I thrive with disco lights.
Whether you're a brother and whether you're a mother, you're staying.
That's right.
We good?
Yeah, let's go.
To ashes, to dust. Return we must, but not just yet. Miracles are ours to get. The tide of time seals our fate. To ashes, to dust, to ash, but not just yet.
That was Steel and Hammers live on the show. I don't know. Do you have anything to say to the people who were the people in the chat? Are like, these people are very talented.
I would love to go see the chat. And thank you so much for your support. Please check us out on our website and come to a show. We
support local music in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Follow us on Instagram. You'll keep in touch. I will follow you if you have a band as well. I love supporting other musicians too. That's right.
There's a lot of music going on out in the world from all types of people, so go out there and support them as much as you can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is Hyperdrive Kittens. This is Wildcat Kitten, and I'm gonna make both of these people come and speak to us some more. Actually.
Sure.
Well, you know they call me kitten baby, but I'm like an evil jungle beast. Yeah, you know they call me kitten baby, but I'm like an evil jungle beast. I'm a red hot-blooded wildcat, hungry and hunting for my peace. Well, I slink around in the darkness, baby, and I'm always on the prowl. Yeah, slink around in the darkness, baby, and I'm always on the prowl. You'll feel my veins pierce your jugular before you ever hear me growl. I can slice you up like cold cuts with one swap of my claws. Snap your pretty neck for you with one gnash of my jaws. You better never cross my path, or else your ass is mine. I'll chew the flesh right off your bones and drink your blood like wine. But if you know how to pet this pussycat, I ain't as deadly as I seem. And if you want sugar, give me some cream.
We have never heard the Hyperdrive Kittens on the show. My God, that band. Also, my God, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for rolling with the punches here tonight. You were like, you know what? We're going to hook up the cello. We're just going to point the mic at the cello. And it actually
Let's just
sounded
do
quite
that.
good.
Yeah, it takes a lot less time and no risk of blowing anybody's eardrums out.
No,
Well, it helps that it was a good mic.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's, I don't know what mic was that that's like that $25 knockoff SM58.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that knockoff SM58. That Behringer XM8500. If you're ever in a bind and you need to buy mics, they're $25 and they sound just like a 58.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Behringer.
So we're in the post game here. So this is like people who have paid for this or just the live viewers or whatever. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight.
Yeah.
Nothing went right tonight except for that you both are great and I appreciate it.
Drake's got a question. We'll be in Southern California soon. No, but we can try and work on something. We have played there.
Mm-hmm. Long Beach,
where I'm from.
Represent.
LBC?
Yeah. And it would be nice to plan something there. Maybe, Elise, some type of Southern California tour where we play LA and Palm Springs.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Palm Springs. Like I'm a gay man. I heard like a bunch of tired old queens hang out in Palm Springs.
But that's why Palm Springs is so cool now because
you got
they
like
kept
55-year-old men dancing.
Mid-century modern homes in beautiful condition, and yeah,
And,
now
like, who's
everybody
gonna buy
wants to
them?
be
Like-
there.
Like the gays have to buy those homes.
Oh no, I mean, well, not right now, but I think real estate prices were really crazy during the pandemic because everybody was trying to get out of LA, right? So everybody tried to get back to Palm Springs?
My God, I don't like Palm Springs, actually. You know what I used to think about Palm Springs? It was by the ocean when I was a kid, and it turns out...
No, wrong way.
Nope.
No, it's just in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love this comment from Drake. She's gonna play Yanni. Everyone run. I am.
Would you
I am often,
cover a Yanni song if like the people really wanted it?
I would. Yes. I have often feared that song sounds way too much like New Age.
Song?
Yeah.
You know what's
tinges of
crazy
it.
is when I was like 14 and I was looking for electronic music, I had to look for it in the New Age section.
Oh.
Do you remember the Record Factory?
No.
Yeah, that you had to look for like electronic music in like the New Age section. You had to
Really?
look for it in like the dance section. You could, if you were looking for like electronic music, like
New Age.
in like the early 90s, you get
was
in where you
like-
fit in.
Maybe they thought it just meant contemporary.
I could see some crossover with ambient music going into new age sort of genre. You know,
Yeah.
there's some similarities there.
Mm-hmm.
Although a person who's really into ambient music would say, oh, no, it's not. But I feel like there's sonic similarities.
I would be at a rave. Like I was a DJ and I was at a rave and like, what is the ambient DJ actually doing? It's just like, oh. I'd be like, well, what happens like when the record ends? Do you just start a new one?
Yeah.
So I don't even know what to talk to you guys about. We're in the post game. What do you guys? If you had to be in a different music scene besides San Francisco, where would you go? If you could like uproot your whole life and give yourself basically the same life that you have right now, but in a different music scene, where would you want to go?
Well, I need to go to Buenos Aires very soon and get my tango on.
Buenos Aires seems like a good place.
Yeah.
And I might be going too.
Yeah. No, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the plan?
Yep. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have some friends down there.
Yeah. Friends
We
and
would
teachers.
mainly play tango, I would imagine, but we should probably. The thing about Argentina is like tango's not that popular with the young people. They'd rather listen to jazz or rock, right?
Yeah. Just gotta
maybe we
find a drum set.
We could maybe book a gig.
A Steel and Hammers
down in
gig
Buenos
in Buenos Aires. Who knows? Yeah, well, we would be going with the primary goal of having a good time, seeing a friend who's studying tango there, and of course, taking some lessons with some teachers we work with.
Yeah.
So,
Can either of you tango dance?
Me more than
I'm not going to ask you
more
to
than
do it on
Anton.
camera.
but I could pick it up because I took ballroom dancing in
Well.
college.
Okay. You have a much harder job unless you're going to be a follower.
Right. No, I said I could pick it up if I had enough practice.
Yeah,
So, but I can't do it. So
People in the chat was like, wait, the music we just watched with the two people on the show? Yes. Yes. Yes, in fact. Yes.
yep, that's us.
Yeah. Like the local love thing is usually it's fantastic. Like the people we've brought on here, we were continually impressed. I don't even think I mixed you guys very well, but I think you guys sounded pretty good.
Okay.
Okay. Looking forward to
We will
yeah.
trust you.
You're
Yeah,
like, I'm looking forward to
hearing it.
listening to this and
Yeah.
judging you, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, what was the question? Uproot.
What was the? Oh, careful.
Buenos Aires.
That
yeah,
is
you didn't quite finish that
that
question.
that
Elise.
like
Where would you
The
go?
murdering kitty is now
That is
claimed
a
to my
very
keyboard case.
That is a very big cat. That cat's like
oh, he's like, I am so into this case.
Oh,
Are we ever going to get him out of there?
Yeah.
that cat is like 25 pounds. Oh no! Oh
Uh-oh.
no! Don't go into that. I'll get him out. Don't worry. The cat just like jumped into.
He just found his Dracula's coffin.
Yep.
Like, this is where I
Listen,
shall
no,
be.
he was like, up, can't pee
Oh,
in
he's
here.
coming
Gotta
back.
go.
Oh, from the jacket. Now he wants the jacket too.
Oh my God! Be careful with that cat. That cat is mean. Actually, I love that kitty. Pet that kitty. Pet that kitty. Pet that kitty.
I ain't petting that kitty.
Yes, he pet that kitty. Pet that kitty. Oh, he's a sweet kitty because you're not me. He hates me.
Yeah. And who do you think you have next coming up on the show?
I think next week we have. Oh, it's Carol Blaze. Do you know about Carol Blaze?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
We play a song by Carol Blaze. It would allow me to pee and pour another drink. I feel like.
Well,
this
we
is-
might have to start getting out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to start
Yeah.
like
But let's
packing
listen
up
to
your gear,
something.
but
Yeah.
we should definitely check out a Carol Blaze song.
Yeah.
Carol Blaze is a solo artist. She's got like a backing track that she like produced
Mm.
like on either FL Studio or like Cubase or whatever.
Yeah.
And she had very detailed instructions when she emailed me, so I love her already. This is Carol Blaze. This song is called Trouble, and I don't know. When we come back, we'll maybe do the wide shot and watch the band kind of clear their stuff out of the studio. But then
Yep.
everybody,
Also, quick
there's
answer to Drake. Do you guys have formal musical training? Yes, we both do.
Oh yeah, if you would have been here earlier, Drake.
More
Excuse
than
me,
I
Drake.
needed.
There was a whole interview where we talked about this, Drake.
Yeah.
But you're just showing up late at night. You're like, are they talking about the flat Earth? Oh no, they have a music. Oh shit, the music's really good. Drake, you should have shown up earlier. Anyway, this is Trouble by Carol Blaze. We'll be back in an amount of time.